Well, tonight, up and down hockey game. And we had a little lapse in the second period. They had a little lapse in the third period, but it was dead even. And give our guys a lot of credit. They stuck with it being down by 2 and had a terrific third period to get back in it. And then Sammy Walker, your best player's got to come through in big games. And I thought it was outstanding tonight.
With that, we will open it up for questions.
Bob, was there a speech after the second period, or your team hadn't come back from 2 goals down this season? What was kind of the mood at that point?
We've been through it. And I talked about it now, about how we had an uneasiness about us, but we weren't down much. So we had a little experience in those 6 games, but here we are on the road. We had most of those were all at home, and we had a good feel. We just stuck with it both nights. Didn't get rattled. We didn't get flustered. And we talked about between the second, third about, hey, let's just win the first 5 minutes. And we scored. And that was critical. If we could win the first 5 minutes of the third period, get life going again. Burke, Burbix gets it up to Burke, little transition goal for us. And I thought from then on, we played very strong from that point out.
Bob, you talked last night about putting pucks into the goalie's feet, and it looked like it took you a while to get that going tonight, but then the 2 goals were 5-hole, and that last one came off a rebound.
Yep.
Is that something you emphasized tonight?
Yeah, well, that's one of the things we did talk about last night was, you can't help how Michigan State blocked shots, and they were doing a terrific job, but we could change how we missed the net, where we had to put it on the pads to create a rebound. And what happened? 2 go through his legs, and then we got the rebound on the next one. And that is playing hockey. We get at this time of year, don't go for the home run, just go for singles and doubles. And, you find a way to, they find their way through when you're just playing good, solid, smart percentage hockey.
Bob Sampo again tonight came up big in a key moment. Is he kind of giving you a feel of like Grant Podolny back in the 2000s there?
Well, Sampo's just been very consistent all year, and so with Grant, and he caught a break there on that one, and he kind of handcuffed the goalie on that one. But Sampo, there's not many weekends he hasn't found the net, and that just tells you the growth and the maturity that he continues to play with, and the confidence that he has. And he's still a young player. I mean, that's been fun to watch that transformation come.
Just how typical is this of playoff hockey, where everything's so tight? You've gone to overtime 2 games in a row now after having no overtime in the regular season. Is this what you learned from? Well,
yeah. I mean, we've had 5 games here, 3 been in overtime, and that's how close our league is. It's a battle, it's a fight, and these kids in this league are competing their tails off, and and I told you last night, high percentage of NCAA games going overtime, high percentage. Jess, you figured out, but I know I'll bet it's 30% at least, and here we are, 3 out of 5 in our league.
And then your power play tonight, I mean, you didn't get a goal, you moved the puck well on at least a couple of them. Where are you with the power play right now? It did everything but score. And we're going to stick with it. I mean, it's all what we can do. We're getting, I go by feel. We're getting good looks. We're good. We had great opportunities. If I'm going to criticize anything tonight, it's our penalty kill. I didn't like our first penalty kill. We made 2, maybe even 3, just 2-foot mistakes that you can't make against. And we did it. We've done that. And that's something we got to clean up. I didn't like the penalties we took tonight either. I thought the one to start the game was a soft call, but our penalties in the second period, that's when we lost our energy, because we just had 2 really strong shifts. And then we took 2 sticking penalties, 2 tripping penalties, and that, sticks up in the hands, and that's inexcusable.
Bob, what does this say about your team to come back from deficits like this? What does that tell you about this group? Is this showing you something different that you hadn't seen earlier? I mean, this is the first time you've come from 2 down, so you haven't had to do it before. But what have you? Is this say something to you?
No, I got two parts of that. Is one, we've loved this team from start of the year through the whole time. So you got faith and trust in them. All right. And so, and they got faith and they got belief in themselves. And so, and we're a good hockey team. So we fell down in 2 games and we found ways back. And I just hope that's a testament. We had to learn that too. We had not done that. And enough. I don't want to learn that anymore though. So, but we know we can do it.
Thank you.
You bet.
Kind of a scary moment last night for Brock Faber going into Nenwall. Can you share with us how that went today, deciding whether or not to play him? It sure looked like he was playing his usual 27, 30 minutes tonight.
I'll tell you, there are a lot of athletes that wouldn't have played tonight. That's how tough this kid is. We couldn't have kept him out of the lineup. It's the craziest thing when you go through sports on how certain athletes can battle through, things. And he woke up this morning with he's playing and he gutted through. Trust me, as one tough customer. That's one special athlete we got on our team right there.
Bob, on a different topic, the University of Minnesota is making a change in their basketball program. I'm wondering if you got to know Richard Pitino at all and what your thoughts are on that transaction.
Yeah, I heard it right at the end of the game, and I can tell you, Richard has been a good friend to me. I came in as a new coach, and he embraced me, and I've had many conversations, and I was, nobody was pulling more for him than me. I can tell you that. I can't tell you how many basketball games I've watched in my life until this year. The last couple of years, and I watched a lot of them, and was a big cheerleader. And Richard's a heck of a coach. He's going to find his way, and you're all going to be reading about Richard Pitino very soon.
Nathan, just take us through your goal. What'd you see in the pass from Burke?
Well, our D, we're kind of focused on quick transitions, and Perbix has been great for us recently, driving wide and setting guys up. So I kind of saw him going wide and thought I'd middle lane drive, and he hit me perfectly. And I'll be honest, I wasn't going 5-hole, but just tried to throw it on net, and luckily it went in.
Go ahead.
Was there any kind of emphasis to keep pucks down low? I know last night your coach talked about putting pucks into the goalie's feet, and it looks like that's how you got your 3 goals tonight.
Yeah, any shot's a good shot, really. And it's kind of our play style now is get pucks deep and get in on their D, kind of suffocate them and reload hard. So I think our team overall did a really good job at that tonight. And all the guys played hard. Sample's been really hot for us. And that was a great goal by him too.
Nathan, how much did it mean for you guys just kind of emotionally to see number 14 come out there for this game after yesterday?
Yeah, a guy like Fabes brings a lot to the table. Last night it goes down hard, and tonight you see him back check hard, get a good stick on a puck, on a break up a play. So he's a great player now. It means a lot to have him back in our lineup.
Nathan, what does it mean for your team to face this type of adversity the last 2 nights and come back 1 goal down, then 2 goals down?
Yeah, I think it means a lot going into playoffs. It's something we haven't really faced much this year, but I think it speaks a lot that our team is willing to dig deep and get gritty and do the job that needs to be done. So, Laffer between the pipes, he's been there for us all year long. So, we owe it to him to kind of dig deep and help him out. So yeah.
Anything else for Nathan? With that, we will move on. Go ahead, Jess.
Nathan, just I saw your parents in the crowd. I don't know how many games they get to, but what does it mean to have them make the trip?
Yeah, I think it's my dad's second time up seeing me play. So it's always special to see them. They give so much for the sport. So, it's definitely nice to have them here and spend a little time with them. It's been hard with COVID. I didn't even go home for Christmas. So just seeing them when I can has been awesome.
Cool. Thank you. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Sammy, can you take us through your goal and what went through your mind when you saw that puck pop out to you?
Yeah, Reedy and McLaughlin were working all shift. I was kind of just hanging out by the goal. And then I saw Brinkman kind of start to shoot the puck from the point. So I spun off my guy and then I mean, it just went off the pad right to me, kind of one of the easier goals I've scored.
Sammy, when you Reedy clanked the pipe with that one, did you figure, hey, we got to end this thing soon?
Yeah, when he hit that, I was like, oh man, like, just like, you can't get closer than that. He ripped that one, and I mean, luckily we pumped one in.
And, you know, after 40 minutes, you're down 2-0. You hadn't come back from 2-0 or 2 goals down at any point this season. What was said in the locker room, and what kind of, you know, enabled the belief in this?
I think the biggest thing was, you know, that we did it last night. And, I mean, we've got more than 2 goals in a period before. So it's not like it was impossible, and we just needed to stick to our game and keep playing Gopher hockey.
Sammy, what do you think the
Sample
key
came up with
was?
in another big moment. What has his play meant to your team down the stretch here?
You say Sample?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's been so good for us, obviously, with the goal last night, and just his big frame and his speed. And I mean, he's been lights out. So we like seeing that.
Sammy, there have been a couple other games where you guys have been behind and not found that spark to get back into it. What do you identify as different between the last 2 nights and those previous games?
I think just playoffs, and guys are playing harder, and you know, with our conditioning, we can really you know, keep going, especially when it gets to overtime. And just it's been nice, like the mood in the locker room. We don't get down, and we just keep going, and you know, we find ways to win those.
Sammy, was it kind of an emotional boost when you saw Faber skate this morning and saw him, you know, come out and play in this game?
Oh, for sure. I mean, you never like seeing guys sit out games with injuries. So just, you know, him pushing through and playing tonight was huge for us. He's an unbelievable player. And, you know, it's always nice having him in the lineup.
And we don't have to talk about your last game against Wisconsin, but, you know, to play the season series like you did against them and to finish, you know, just barely short of them for the title. What does it mean to get another crack at Wisconsin?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun playing them. Got a lot of buddies on that team, so you know, especially the couple losses last time we played them, we're excited to get back out and play them.
Sammy, is there anything from the last series with Wisconsin that sticks out to you that you remember and took away from?
I think at least for us, we got to play harder, and we can't get cute. We got to, you know, be simple and just play that gritty game, you know, that we've been playing lately. So we got to be disciplined. We got to stay out of the box, because obviously they have an unbelievable power play. And just right from the start, we got to be ready to go.
Sammy, two overtime games, and tomorrow you're going to play your 3rd game in 3 nights. How are the legs right now, and can you kind of feed on adrenaline a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the legs aren't 100%, but I mean, we're going for a championship here, so you know, everyone's going to be up for it, and it's going to be a fun opportunity.